So there's 26 million properties in the UK right now, and I'm going to show you how you can make money on every single one. So I was going through this on one of my education programs, the Elite Property Trading Academy, and we're talking about people that are aggressively building their portfolios of properties. So it doesn't matter if you are doing buy-to-lets, HMOs, service accommodation, rent-to-rent, lease options, or anything in between, but you are going to run out of the key ingredient, which is money. Now I'm going to teach you how to actually bring this in, raise finance, and understand everything that you're doing. So you might have 100 grand, 200 grand, $500,000, nothing. But eventually, even if you've got millions in the bank right now, if you're investing in property, it has this funny thing that it does where it will sap your bank balance even when you've got it in, because you keep on investing in the next one. But when you're getting these opportunities, you need to kind of flip it on its head. So let's say you bought it and you've run out of money. Well, how are you going to monetize on each property coming through? Well, what most people do, and actually a lot of people teach this, so I'm going to have to teach you what they teach you and then tell you to forget it because it's absolute bollocks, okay? So what people do is they'll go on, let's say Rightmove and RM. They'll go on Rightmove and then they'll go, oh, we see this property listed. Then what they do is they do some basic level analysis. And then what they do is they call the agent and they'll go and book a viewing. And at that viewing, they'll try to do 1 or 2 viewings, but typically they'll try to price up the refurbishment from that. Then what they'll do is they'll put in the offer, and 19 out of 20 get rejected, just so you know, as an average. And then the 1 gets accepted. Now, and then what they do, by the way, is if they are buying it themselves, happy days, they end up going to buy it, they've got it through. Let's assume it goes through case progression. Otherwise, what they'll do is they'll get it listed and then, accepted, and then what they'll do is start pitching it left, right and centre to investors. Now the issue with that, of course, is you'll see it on Facebook. Pretty much everyone where you're posting on Facebook your deals, it's because you don't have an investor for your deal already. Kind of shows desperation, right? But the real issue is you're pitching it left, right and centre. You might find an investor, but you probably don't, all right? Now, if you do find an investor, great, you get it through, or you don't get one, you piss off the estate agent and you ruin a relationship. Mainly for your time is look how much time all the way through this process you have wasted. And the reason for that, so by the way, that's what most people teach. Now forget you just watched the last 1 minute. All right, rewind. And let's bring it back to what you actually do. The reason that's a terrible idea for building a portfolio and actually monetizing on every deal is you don't have criteria. What makes a great deal? And actually, pause this video after I ask this and put your answer below because it'll be interesting as a test. Put in the comments what you think is a great deal. And if you've done that correctly and you actually paused it and put it in, I bet I'm seeing 15% below market value, double-digit returns, great capital appreciation, 10% return on capital employed, 8% ROI, 5% yield, central location, loads of different things. And the truth is, actually, what makes a property a great deal is criteria. And how do you get criteria? By understanding your investor. Okay, so this is the order you go in. So number 1, you work out your strategy. So is it going to be buy-to-let, HMO, lease option, whatever it is? Once you understand your strategy, you're then going to look at your location. You need to narrow it down. And it's really important this, the amount of people that go, I build portfolios in London. It's like, well, London's a pretty big place. Narrow it down. So yes, initially it will start with, say it was Leeds, I might go LS4, LS5, LS6, LS12, LS11. So 5 postcodes, right? And then I might go South and West Leeds. Then I might go Leeds. Then I might build up Huddersfield and surrounding areas. Then I might go West Yorkshire. Then I might go West and South Yorkshire. So you build out your location. But at the start, you need to narrow it down because there's hundreds, if not thousands, of properties in a really micro location. Once you understand your strategy and your location, you're then going to look at your service. Now, what your service is going to do, this is before we even go out there, by the way, this is what you need to do in order to build a successful business if you want to make 6 figures from property. You then look at your service. So if it's in deal packaging, which is where you're finding opportunities for your investors, you're either going to do something like a finder's fee, which is just you're finding a great property and an investor buys it, happy days, or you're going to do a package deal. So a package deal is going to be something where it's like end-to-end. So at Aspire Property Group, my property company, we find it, negotiate it, get it through case progression, legals, get your finance in place for you, get it refurbished, and then we manage it. So we do an end-to-end process. Or, of course, you might be doing a finance raise. So if you are looking to build your own portfolio and you're looking to attract investors to loan you money or joint venture with you, then that's going to be your service. And it's important to understand there is a difference between people JVing, joint venturing, so a split of the profits, or a loan. The reason why you need to look at all of these, by the way, and understand what you're actually doing is you can start to understand what your USP is, your unique selling point. And your unique selling point is going to be the benefits. For example, if I'm doing a finder's fee where I'm finding a great opportunity for somebody, but that's it, likely my benefit is all in how great the deal is, which means it's going to be for full-time property professionals or people that have got the time to do everything else. They just want to maximize their opportunity of finding more great deals. Whereas what I do, package deals, is going to be with people that have maybe got 100 grand, they want to invest in property, but they don't have the time, they don't have the experience. They want a fully hands-free service. So my USP is that I am fully hands-free as an end-to-end process. So now that I understand my strategy, location, service, and my USP, I can then start looking at my customer avatar. And customer avatar is essentially who is my ideal customer. And then, of course, I start marketing for investors. And then once I've got my investor, I then start looking for the properties to match them. All right. Now, there's several ways that you can then do this. So I always say, buy it when I'm going through. Number one, can I buy it? Once I've now got my investors. If yes, and it's a good enough deal, I'll buy it. If I can't, because believe it or not, you'll run out of money, can I JV it? So can somebody else put in the money and maybe we do a 50-50 split on that? Maybe it's a situation where they're going to loan me money, I'm going to have to pay them back on a loan agreement. So number two is, can I joint venture it? Number three, can I package it? So can I do an end-to-end process? Have I got a buyer that looks for a hands-free process? If not, I don't have the money, I can't find the money, I don't have a packaged client for whatever reason, can I get a finder's fee out of it? i.e., is there a property professional that I'm going to be able to monetize? And then finally, can I get an agent exit? Now, I'll go through that, and it's important to say this probably isn't going to be with Rightmove leads. This is going to be with direct to vendor. So you can set up your marketing channels to get vendors directly. My favorite is Facebook ads, by the way. Absolutely love Facebook ads to get leads in, but it could be YouTube ads, it could be letters, it could be leaflets, whatever it is. What you need to understand is the biggest amount of money is going to be at the top, and the lowest amount of money is going to be at the bottom. Now, eventually, you could even have a Rightmove account and list your own properties if you wanted, but otherwise, get a referral fee from an estate agent. In general, an estate agent will pay you roughly 20% of their overall fee. So, for example, let's say on average, they make £2,500 plus VAT for selling the property and getting the exit, they will give you £500. So yes, ideally you're gonna buy it and get pretty much infinite return over the long term, but let's say 20 grand. Maybe you can't do that, so you need to joint venture it and make 10 grand. Maybe if not, you're gonna package it and do an end-to-end service and make 6.5 grand. Or you might do a finder's fee and get paid 4 grand. Or worst case scenario, you get £500. Now, the reason I like going through things like this. And if you've understood your strategy, your location, your service, your USP, your customer avatar, you've got your marketing, getting attention, interest, desire, and getting them to take action, is you're going to be able to monetize on every single one. And then what I do, if it's anything at this level, I don't touch any of the money. Okay, you might go, why? You've just made £500. Well, what I'm then going to do with that £500 is I'm then going to reinvest that money into my marketing. And you have to bear in mind that every business then works like this. Not an artist, by the way. So this is the tap, which is the marketing. You've then got your pipe work, which is going like this. Again, not an artist. And then you've got your bucket, right? So what you need to understand is that your tap is marketing, all right? And when you get your money and it goes back in here like this, the water comes out, which is the leads. You end up getting in front of the vendors or investors and you qualify them, you book appointments. Then when you actually go to the appointment, whether that's a viewing or a Zoom call, whatever it is, you're going to put a proposal in front of them. And the more proposals or offers that you get in, the more money you're going to get in your bank account. All right. And this is as simple as it gets. And if you understand who your customer avatar is on the investor side and the vendor side, and you understand your monetization route of buying it, joint venturing, packaging, finder's fee, or the agent exit, then what you do is you reinvest every agent exit, whatever you can get, back into marketing. And this is going to multiply your money. Okay. Now, the more strategic you are, the more you focus down, the easier it will be to land investors to loan you money, joint venture with you. However, you always want the worst case scenario exit. So hopefully this has been valuable for you guys. Just a short video giving you an overview of how you can actually monetize all the way through. Now, I have gone through that very quickly. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll do further videos breaking it down on how you can make as much money as possible. And for those of you that are watching, that you've watched a few of my YouTube videos, you know you want to learn more in-depth, direct, and get personalized feedback from me, and you want to get paid for education, so put education in the comments and one of my team will reach out and we'll do a one-to-one consultation call with you. Otherwise, we'll put a link in the description. You can click on that, fill your details, and we'll book in that one-to-one strategy session. So I hope you got value from today's video. If you did, make sure to destroy the like button and let me know what you thought in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, you want to learn more about property investment, make sure to hit the subscribe and the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.